Hello, welcome, and thanks for joining us on this edition of News 2. I'm Sandra Singh. Well, on Thursday, we told you that WAPA's governing board is against any legislation that would privatize the Water and Power Authority. Tonight's News 2's Erica Parsons outlines the reasons why they say it's a bad idea.
WAPA's board chair, attorney Gerald Groner, says that the high cost of energy is a problem throughout the world for all island nations, so changing WAPA's ownership from public to private won't help. In fact, he says it will make things worse.
Private owners would be facing the exact same problem that we, the public owners, are facing. The difficult task to find a way to power our islands, not with oil.
The board chair says all negotiations for improvements would have to stop if WAPA were sold, and that process is a lengthy one. Groner says private companies are in business to make money, so ratepayers' costs would go up right away.
The Public Service Commission allows us to charge the ratepayers only what it actually costs us to make the electricity. There's no profit. If WAPA was owned by a private company, they have a right, and the PSC would have to approve rates that would not only pay for the power, but would give them a profit.
Senator Craig Barshinger says his concern is WAPA's efficiency.
My goal is to get the heat rate, meaning the efficiency, to a level that is standard, and our level does not meet standard. We burn $300 million of fuel at current prices per year, and we should be burning $150 million. Right now, WAPA is able to pass along any cost they have to the ratepayer, and they do regularly. Every 3 months, they adjust it. And what we want to do is to lock in higher efficiency so that the ratepayer gets half the LIAC that they do now.
Erica Parsons, News 2.
The Senate Committee on Energy will be holding a hearing to present lawmakers' solutions for taming the energy crisis on May 30th. Fatima officials presented the VI Police Department with some very vital tools on Friday. Fatima used a federal grant from Homeland Security to purchase new radios for the territory's public safety department. It's part of their plan to improve the communications infrastructure for all first responders. The radios cost a little more than $100,000.
The new radios, they're upgraded radios. They're more durable and they're water resistant, and they're much more compatible to the trunking system. So Fatima have purchased 108 of those radios. They are to be divided equally among the districts.
When an officer is out on the beat and he needs to get through to control to call for assistance, these are the tools that we utilize. Everybody nowadays we have the cell phones, but for policing, the radios are what we use on a daily basis. And again, I'm more than grateful. We're really appreciative that we're receiving these radios here today.
Police on St. Thomas are still searching after issuing a stateside Amber Alert for 9-year-old Jermaine Henderson. A report of the missing child was made to police by his father on May 3rd, who stated that he has had custody of his son for more than a year. He told police he allowed the maternal grandmother to spend time with the child and stay overnight with her. On April 30th, he said he was informed by a third party that his son was seen at the airport boarding a flight with his grandmother. He is 4 foot tall and weighs 90 pounds with brown eyes and black hair. And just a reminder, Police Week is kicking off this weekend. And here's a look at the schedule in the St. Thomas St. John District. Events kick off Sunday, May 12th with a church service at St. Andrews beginning at 8:30 a.m. And that's followed by brunch at the Alexander Farrelly Courtyard at 11:30. Then visits to grave sites of fallen soldiers will begin at 1 p.m. Monday will be served as an open house. School visits will take place Tuesday and Wednesday, while a vigil will also be held Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. at the Farrelly Courtyard. Meanwhile, on St. Croix, events kick off Saturday, May 11th with a law ride-out and fair. Sunday will also feature a church service at 8 a.m. Monday and Tuesday will be open house days for the command centers. Then a motorcade will take place at 8 a.m. on Wednesday at the Christian Set Cemetery, followed by a peace officer memorial. All events are posted on the VIPD's Facebook page. Governor John P. Young Jr. said today the U.S. Department of Transportation has awarded the territory a grant that will help protect Virgin Islands motorists by promoting the use of seatbelts. National Highway Traffic Safety Administrator David Strickland sent a letter to the governor informing him of the $33,318 that will be made available to the Virgin Islands to fund its occupant protection program, an effort to bolster the use of seatbelts throughout the territory. The grant was made possible through the Moving Ahead for Progress in the 21st Century Act, signed into law by President Obama in July of 2012. A full tuition granted will be awarded to a student who can address the best in an essay how the Virgin Islands can reduce excessive violence in our community. Jason Carroll Memorial Fund is awarding that scholarship, the Jason Carroll Memorial Scholarship, to a graduating senior who has been accepted and planning to attend the University of the Virgin Islands for the 2013-2014 academic year. Students must be a resident of the Virgin Islands, 20 years old or younger, have no criminal record, demonstrate personal commitment against violence, and have a minimum 2.5 high school grade point average. Applications must be received no later than Monday, May 13, 2013. Fax your cover sheet and essay to Ms. Carmona at 340-693-1045. The VI Department of Labor is making sure young workers are not forgotten during the summer. Labor Commissioner Albert Bryan Jr. said the Summer Youth Work Experience Program, which is a 6-week program, will provide youth ages 16 to 24 with work experience and job training activities. They will also provide for life skills and career exploration activities for youth ages 14 to 15. Many grants are available for qualified providers. You can contact the Department of Labor for more information. On St. Thomas, the number is 776-3700, and on St. Croix, 773-1994. As News 2 reported, this week marks the 24th anniversary of Public Service Week, and this is the time where we recognize all the works of all the government employees here in the territory. On Thursday afternoon, the first of 2 award ceremonies was held at the Government House on St. Thomas to honor the employees of the year across all branches of government for their outstanding service and dedication to the community. The second award ceremony was held today at Government House over on St. Croix. Well, Ohio's Attorney General says DNA tests confirm kidnap and rape suspect Ariel Castro is the father of Amanda Berry's 6-year-old daughter. And here is the latest on that case.
Ohio's Attorney General says DNA tests confirm kidnap and rape suspect Ariel Castro is the father of Amanda Berry's 6-year-old daughter. Berry and the girl escaped Castro's house along with 2 other women earlier this week. Castro's DNA has not been linked to other crimes in Ohio, but investigators are expanding their search.
The FBI is now running and will be running a national test to determine whether or not we get any hits nationwide.
Prosecutors said they may seek the death penalty against Castro, who is now being held on $8 million bail and under suicide watch. Michelle Knight was released from the hospital Friday. She told police Castro forced her to miscarry several times through beatings and starvation. Her grandmother says Michelle also has physical injuries in addition to emotional scars.
She was severely beaten. He had beat her so bad in the face she has to have facial reconstruction, and she's lost hearing in one ear.
Hospital officials say Michelle left here in good spirits. She wants the community to know she is extremely grateful for the outpouring of flowers and gifts, but she is now asking for privacy.
CBS affiliate WOIO obtained records that show Michelle may have faced physical abuse before she was abducted 11 years ago. A man was convicted of child endangerment after breaking her infant son's arm. Michelle accused the man of rape, but the charges were dropped after she disappeared. Michelle's mother thought she ran away from her family, and Michelle was reportedly removed from the FBI's missing persons database. Ines Ferre for CBS News, Cleveland.
Prosecutors say they will not rush to bring the case to a grand jury because they want to give the victims more time to recover before having to retell their stories. Keeping our eye on the economy, a dip in Americans applying for unemployment benefits wasn't enough to keep the forward momentum going on Wall Street. The Dow lost 22 points while the Nasdaq fell 4. YouTube is introducing 30 new paid channels with content like Sesame Street and Campy Bee movies. It's the first time the site will charge for watching videos. Prices range from 99 cents to a month to $2.99 for unlimited viewing. YouTube is playing catch-up to services like Netflix, Hulu, and Amazon, which have millions of paying customers. This is the New York Stock Exchange with Scotiabank Stock Market Watch. Everything up, the Dow 35, Nasdaq 27, S&P 7. Coming up on News 2, the Caribbean Oceanic Restoration and Education Foundation, or CORE, has been fighting the lionfish invasion in the Caribbean waters, and now the largest lionfish population. We'll have an update on that. We'll be right back. The Caribbean Oceanic Restoration and Education Foundation, or CORE, has been fighting the lionfish invasion in the Caribbean waters and is now the largest lionfish management program in the world. But without the community's continued help by volunteering time and services, the fight to keep the lionfish population down could easily get out of hand. News 2's Erica Bivens has the story.
The lionfish is commonly known for its beautiful striped fins, typically found in aquariums, but the species has invaded the Atlantic and Caribbean coral reefs. These ones were caught this morning.
The Indo-Pacific lionfish came into our territory 2009 and since then has been growing in density and in size, as well as the rest of the Caribbean Atlantic ecosystems. And what we've been trying to do is assist that Caribbean ecosystem, keep it as healthy as possible by keeping the populations of lionfish down to a bare minimum.
The CORE Foundation is a hands-on marine awareness program that combines education with lionfish management. They say lionfish are extremely bad if their numbers are not kept in check. The lionfish does have venomous spines and a voracious appetite, as well as no known predator, except for the many divers working with CORE as volunteers.
It's important to have a multi-tiered system with fishermen, divers, snorkelers, tourists are really helpful as well, and the community at large to help look for the fish so that they can sight them and either extract the fish themselves or else we come in and we extract the fish.
But it's not easy without funding.
We have very little funds to think about the salary for our board members, for some of our upper echelon, but we're trying to assist our lower individuals that are helping out as best we can by providing them with funding for tanks or equipment that they need. And we are even starting to pay our coordinators as much as we can at this point.
And John Rubatino, the CORE Foundation president, says the organization puts in a lot of overtime.
We do free public awareness training. We do classroom presentations for ages generally from grade 2 all the way up to university level.
However, more funding is still needed.
The more funding we get, the more we can do for the territory.
CORE is a 501c3 nonprofit and they can write off donations. They're encouraging anyone who can help to contact them by calling 340-514-4625 or emailing nolionfish@yahoo.com. For News 2, I'm Erica Bivens.
Now, the donations will help CORE with paying their volunteers, gas for boats to extract the lionfish, as well as their office and phone system. A pinning ceremony was held at the University of the Virgin Islands for the 2013 graduating nursing students on St. Thomas campus on Thursday. The ceremony took place on St. Croix, however, at the Albert Sheen campus. The pinning ceremony is the culmination of the initial journey into professional nursing education. It's a rite of passage into the profession. The students will be receiving their nursing degrees this weekend at UVI's commencement ceremonies. Congratulations to all the nurses. Well, President Obama has some words of advice to dads and partners and kids. Don't forget Mother's Day. Mother's Day is Sunday, May 12th. The president made the comments at a White House event highlighting the Affordable Care Act and its impact on health care for women and families.
A wonderful introduction. Yeah, and let me just start off with a public service announcement to dads, partners, kids of America. Sunday is Mother's Day. You should not forget. You can't go wrong with flowers, a homemade card, giving moms some relief, some quiet time, that is appreciated. So it's a day when we put moms first. And I still remember one time I said to Michelle, this was back when we had just gotten married, and I think Malia had just been born, and we were fussing around Mother's Day, and I said, well, you know, how come we do so much stuff on Mother's Day? She says, because every other's day is Man's Day. So this is like one day. And there was, as usual, profound insight in Michelle's remarks, because you know, moms so often put themselves last. So often they put everything else before themselves. And that's particularly true when it comes to things like health care. You know, moms take care of us. Yeah, see? Case in point. Sick kids, aging parents, grumpy husbands. And I know there are a lot of moms out there.
Great message there from the president. Be sure to stick around. Your News 2 AccuWeather forecast is coming up next.